Hey y'all, if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is April. This is my channel. I bring away flowers. If you are a returning subscriber, what's good? Like, how you feeling? Like, you should hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I post a video, okay? Yeah, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm giving you guys a story time. And this is gonna be a story of when I almost joined a pyramid scheme, okay? Yeah. This situation, okay, let me tread lightly when I say this because I really don't need people in my comments or just anybody come across. I'm saying pyramid scheme very lightly. I'm not, because like, listen, if y'all in that type of business or whatever the case may be, do you, if you feel like it works for you, then so be it. But it's just the way everything kind of played out, it just gave pyramid scheme. So I'm just saying it very lightly. All right, boom. And I say this to say because I feel like Forex, you know, when it came out, it was giving very much that, you know what I'm saying? And then especially like based off like the experience I had with this specific company, it kind of felt like the same wavelength. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say this situation happened before Forex even came about. So when Forex came out, I was like, nah, I'm good. So I've been peeped the game. Like, if it worked for you, then okay, it is what it is. Then I was wrong, but it just didn't seem right to me, honestly. But with that being said, enough chit chatting. Let's get into the story, right? One random day, I was at my grandmother's house just chilling, and then I got a phone call from a friend of mine, right? So if y'all watch my toxic friendship story time and I mentioned a girl, her name was Five. Yeah, so this was her. So Five, she's the one who ended up calling me. So this situation probably happened like, I want to say like 2018, 2019-ish. It had to be one of those years. I don't know, but it was around that time. So I had to be like 19, 20-ish probably. I was just at my grandmother's house just chilling and I got a call from her. So I answered the phone. I'm like, hey, like, what's good, da da da. So she just gave me a rundown of like this thing that she joined. It's like a way of making money and, you know, it's legit and da da da. So she's giving me the rundown. So she basically saying like, oh, so she joined this little company thing and she's about to have like a little event at her house, like just a little like introduction, just to introduce to everybody about it. Like it's just like a little, you know, a little thing at her house. Like if anybody else want to join, like they could join, whatever. That was the vibe she was giving me. I wasn't looking to join the opportunity or whatever. I was just going to support, like. So I was like, yeah, I'll come to support. Just, you know, watch out, you know, just I'm not really looking to join, like, you know, be a part of the job, whatever, but it's like I'm just gonna be there for support, you feel me? So she was like, yeah, like most definitely it's gonna be on this day at this time. It's gonna be at my house, you know. Cool, right? So the day came, right? I head over to her house. This took place like in the evening, so it was pretty late. I enter, it's like mad people in her house, like a lot of her like close friends, family members, and then it was like these other people that I did not know, right? Turns out that was the people that was like, you know, part of the company. Like they was the ones, you know, that was running, you know, the whole thing, whatever, right? So I get there, whatever, and I'm sitting in the living room area. That's where like everything was held at. So we was all sitting in the living room, like all this kind of like around each other, kind of spread out, you know, just sitting around, and then in the meantime we were just all like mixing and mingling, like just talking, whatever, and just waiting until everything kind of started. So I was sitting around, you know, just chilling, and this one lady, I'm gonna give her a name because she's gonna be like a big part of the story time. I'm gonna call her Sue, for Sous Chef, because she was like the backup. Not okay, you know, like sous chef, like the main chef, and then you got the sous chef. So yeah, I'm gonna call her Sue, okay? So she came and sat next to me, whatever. She's like, hey, like, hi, like, what's your name? Da, da, da. I'm like, hi, my name is April. Like, you know, nice to meet you, blah, 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 whatever, right? So she's like, yeah, my name is Sue. She's like, yeah, so like, you know, how's it going? Like, so she just started a conversation with me, right? Basically. So she was asking me like, where I work at, like, do I like my job, and like, you know, just little questions like that. And she just like, yeah, like, so how old are you? Like, you know, she just kind of getting to know me a little bit, right? So I'm telling her like where I work at, and I'm like, I mean, isn't like I didn't okay. I didn't hate my job. It's a job. Like, of course, there's gonna be some annoyance to it. Like, you feel me? So I was just like, I mean, it's cool or whatever. Like, la la la. Like, she's like, yeah. So like, how much you get paid? And I'm just like, yeah, I get paid like this amount. Like, you know, it gets the job done. And she's like, and then she started. She was like, well, this company, like, it's real good. I feel like it's like, you know, you should join it, but like they're gonna explain everything and this and that, but like it's real good. You're gonna get a lot of money. Like, so she's basically trying to give me a little rundown of like, you know, the job and how like it should be a great opportunity for me to do it. She's like, yeah. And I was just like, nah, not really. I was like, cause like I said, I was cool. Like, okay, at the time I was working at retail. Like, I was working at a retail store, right? And yeah, like I was probably making like $16-17 an hour at the time. And I mean, that was enough for me, honestly. Like I said, I was like 19, 20 years old. Like, I was still living at my mom's house. I was kind of like, I just left college type. And I was just chilling. Like, I didn't have to really worry about bills like that. So I wasn't stressing it. I didn't really care to be a part of the company. So I was just like, nah, I mean, like, I'll just check it out, see what y'all got going on. But I'm not really looking to join, but you know. So she's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, like, you know, I'm glad you're here and da da da, right? So that was the conversation. So fast forward, you know, we started with the presentation, whatever. That's what it basically was. It was a presentation, like just presenting the job and whatever to her friends and family. My friend, she stands like in the front of the room or whatever. She's in front of the TV screen. They have like a whole video thing set up like on her TV. And then so she's standing in front of the TV, and then she's giving us like a little introduction, you know, about her life and why she joined this company, and you know how like it, you know, changed her life, you know, just trying to get a little introduction, right? And I want y'all to keep this in mind, like the introduction part, because this played a part too, like throughout the story. So she gave her little introduction, whatever the case may be, right? So then after she was done, she stepped to the side, and this guy came in to take over the presentation, right? So he comes, and then so he takes over the presentation, right? So he's basically giving the rundown of the job, and he's showing like a video clip. Well, first he showed the video clip, right? And it was a video explaining what the job is and da 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 and all that. I want y'all to know, like, okay, obviously, yes, it's the first time, because there's gonna be more. Wait, this is the first time I'm like, you know, like seeing what this is. But like watching the video, like the information was so like vague. It was not specific. I wasn't completely understanding what the job was, like, you know. And that's how I felt like just overall with the presentation and everything. Like, I understood, but I didn't understand. Like I don't know how to, but yeah. I was watching the video and I'm just like, okay, confused still. Yeah. So after the video was done, he comes in or whatever, and he's explaining what the job is. So basically what the job was, and this is why I say I feel like it was a pyramid scheme, right? Because stay with me. Basically, he was saying like, he was like, okay, so everyday people, we pay for like our bills in terms of like phone bill, Wi-Fi, like the little small bills, not like rent and stuff like that. Like we have like those little bills. And he was saying like with this company, they kind of have they collab with other like Wi-Fi companies or phone bill companies and stuff like that. Like they kind of have a collab with them. So he's saying like with this job, you can make your own little website, like your own little page or whatever the case may be, and you could recruit your friends and family to pay their Wi-Fi or their bills and stuff through your website, through your thing, because you're gonna get commission from it. So that's basically what I was getting from the job, right? And I was just like, oh, okay, so as he's explaining this and, you know, giving a rundown, I was like, okay, it's starting to make sense a bit. I get it. But like, it was just something missing. Like, I was like, something's not right here. Like, I'm not comprehending. So you telling me like, okay. Then in the midst of that, so you're telling me like, okay, boom, you have your own little website. Your friends and family could pay their phone bill and all that through your website. You're gonna get the little commission from it, whatever. And then also you're gonna recruit, and you're trying to recruit your friends to have their own websites and stuff. Like, how is that gonna work out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wouldn't. It's like, it's almost, I was thinking of it as like crab in a barrel, like in a sense, like everybody just trying to eat. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it out the bucket, because like, how you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because I would understand, like, it just had to be some type of limit. Like, it just wasn't making sense to me. Like, I understood, I get it, cute, but like, it just wasn't clicking fully for me, honestly. So I was just like, okay, so, but I'm not gonna lie, they had me a little sold. I'm like, okay, this sounds a little legit, but like I said in the back of my mind, I was like, well, they haven't completely sold me yet, so I'm gonna see. You feel me? So that was my mindset. I was just like, let me just see. Like, okay, I hear what y'all talking about, but we're gonna see what y'all talking about. He gave the rundown, whatever, and then also the other people that was there. So remember Sous Chef? Yeah, Sous Chef was there. And then her daughter, who was like around our age at the time, she was about 18, 19. And then her husband was there. And there was this other guy, right? And yeah, it was the other guy, right? So then he was like, all right, so I'm gonna have my people come up one by one, and they're gonna like introduce themselves and tell them why they joined this company, whatever. So they came up, they told their little background stories and all that. And then they were just like, yeah, this company changed my life so much. Like, I have much time on my hands. I don't have to, like, you know, I got a lot of money. And they're like really, you know, trying to sell us on it or whatever. After the presentation was done, everybody trying to wrap up, you know, and then everybody's trying to do a little last minute, you know, socializing, trying to, you know, networking and stuff like that, because, you know, after the presentation, people got questions, you know, people might be interested. So it's just little last minute talks or whatever. So I think I explained to the lady that I might have been interested. I'm not sure how this, but yeah, I think I exchanged information with the lady, like phone numbers and stuff. So I think I was like, I might be interested, you know, so we exchanged, you know, phone numbers to keep in contact, you know, and all that. Boom. Time progressed or whatever, and I'm keeping in contact with the lady, and I'm trying to, like, you know, figure out about this situation. So I think she reached out to me, and she was like, hey, so we're having like another like presentation event, like, you know, at such and such place, and then, you know, I would like for you to come so you could just get a better understanding or a better idea of like the company, because you say you're interested in blah 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 whatever. And she was like, yeah. And then she was just like, yeah, like I'll be able to pick you up and we can all go together and we'll da 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 da. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So then the day comes around, the lady come and pick me up, and it's the same people in the car. Like, it was sous chef, her daughter. I don't think her daughter was there. Nah, I don't think her daughter. It was just sous chef, the husband, I think Big Kahuna, and the other guy, right? Boom. So we in the car, whatever, and we drove, and I think the place was in Queens. So we like drove to Queens. We get there, whatever, we get out the car, we walking towards the place. I'm thinking it's gonna be at some like little hall, or I don't know, like some event where you have presentations, like, you feel me? We get there, it's at an optical. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, an optical, like the stores where you like get your glasses, get your eyes checked, all that. Yeah, it was there. So we pulled up in front of the optical, and I'm seeing this closing. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I was like, okay, whatever. But the guy opened the door. Lo and behold, the person who was like running the event, it was the doctor, like the eye doctor. Like, he's a part of this company now, apparently, right? So he a part of the situation. He's like doing his own little presentation. He invites his friends, family, or whatever the case may be, whatever, right? So we all pulled up, and he have his little setup inside the store. There's chairs, you know, lined up like in rows, and then he had his little projector screen in front, you know, everything set up. So we all sitting around, everybody is, you know, mixing and mingling once again, you know, trying to network, whatever, all that. Like, y'all know that's the pattern, right? Okay, yeah. So I'm sitting there, in my head, let me tell y'all, in my head, I'm thinking I'm gonna see something new. Cause like I said, I'm trying to figure out what this is. Like, I get it, but I don't completely get it. So that's why I even agreed to come to this second event. Cause I'm like, maybe they're gonna tell me more information, something else different. Cause obviously the first event is like at my friend's house, you know, some a little lighthearted. So I'm thinking like this is a legit, like, this like a company event, you know. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get more information, right? Wrong. Psych! Like, I kid you not. So the presentation starts, right? The guy here in front of the screen, so he pulls up a video. Why is this the same video? Like, the same exact video that was played at my friend's house, bro. Like, literally the whole presentation was the same as my friend's. Like, I kid you not. The guy, he's in the front. He shows the video. No, I think he explains his little background. And keep in mind, this is how the the introduction will go. So they will tell a little sob story.
Yeah, like, I was struggling for a little while, da 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 da. And, you know, I came across, and they're like, oh, my friend put me onto this company, and, you know, I went to the thing, and I was like, you know, this might be for me, and da da da. So I joined it, changed my life. And
so that's literally like how the introductions will go. Like, it was literally the same as my friend. Like, she did the same tactic. Like, she told a sob story, and then she explained how she came across this company, it changed her life, all that, right? Boom. Keep in mind, like, I don't even think my friend was getting like the money at the time. So for y'all to have this type of like little introduction, like, oh, this changed my life, she wasn't even getting like the money at the time. Like, nothing was rolling in. So for her to just, so that's how I just peep, like, stuff was just weird, okay, right? So the guy, he says little intro, boom, pull up the same video. So I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not getting no type of information here. Like, I don't. And so I'm like, okay. So then that same, I think Big Kahuna or somebody else, I don't know, but somebody came in, stepped in, took over the presentation, Same thing. They was like, yeah, so this is a company for da 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 and this that. Like, it was really the same thing. Same thing. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, y'all not selling me yet. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, now at this, I'm confused. I'm like, okay, y'all wasting my time. But did you think I stopped? No, I didn't. Cause I was really like, that sounds great. I basically have my own little business. That's what y'all trying to say. I have my own little website, my little business. I could just have people to, sign up. They pay for their little Wi-Fi network, all that, and I get a little commission. You feel me? That's light work. I don't gotta be at work. I don't gotta talk to people. I just, you feel me? So I'm just trying to see what they're talking about, but they're just not talking about nothing. They're talking in circles. I'm so confused. So I'm just like, okay, y'all not selling me here. Like, what are y'all doing? So the event finished up, they wasn't talking about nothing. It was the same thing. Everybody, wrap up, everybody do their little last minute, talking, asking questions, networking, all that. So then it's time for us to go. So now we're in the car, right? And we're heading back to my house. They're gonna drop me off. So I just wanna mention this. We was in the car, right? And I want y'all to, this happened like literally every time we was in the car. Like, I'm gonna get to it. And I was so concerned. So we in the car, right? And one of them, they was asking me like, so what do you think? Like, how you feeling about it? And this, that, there. I'm like, I mean, I wasn't trying to give too much. I'm not trying to be offensive. Like, I don't know these people. I'm dead by myself. So something wrong with me. Why do I put myself in these situations? Like, I'm not understanding.
I'm in danger.
So I'm in the car by myself. I don't know these people for real. They seem nice, but you may never know. So okay, I mean, it was cool. Like, it was somewhat informational. I'm straight capping. I'm like, yeah, I think I understand it a bit more. I think that was a bit more informative. Like, yeah, okay. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, it was cute. So yeah, da da da. And so this is where I started. Okay, I didn't notice this until later on, but looking back, I was like, okay, I'm concerned. So we was in the car. Then they started having a conversation about past clients or like past people that they knew from before. So they like, yeah, so remember John from like back when, like, yeah, remember he didn't believe in the company, like, yeah, he's like, that's his loss. And then like they're having like literally a whole conversation about just that, right? Yeah, it's like, okay, they're just having a conversation, April, but why y'all having a conversation about like that specifically? Like, I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was almost like in a cult or something. Like, I'm just here and I feel like they were low-key still trying to convince me while we're in the car, but they just trying to play it off like they just having a conversation about, just reminiscing about past people, whatever the case. They're like, yeah, and they remember about Susie. Yeah, she didn't like she was weird and like just stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, I wasn't really paying it no mind at the time. I'm just ready to go home. Honestly, it's late. I was ready to go. I wasn't even paying them. I was just letting them talk. I peeped it, but I didn't catch on like until later on. Boom, I get home, that's that. Then, so like I'm still in contact with this lady. She's still trying to like reel me in or whatever. So she was like, yeah, so I think we should like get started on, this, get this show on the road, so I think we should meet up and we should sit down and really like, plan this out, so we could get you started, right? Keep in mind, right? They're saying that I cannot start this business thing until I make a down payment of like, I think like $300, almost $400. It was like $399. Boom. And they was really trying to like sell that price. They're like, yeah, when you usually start a company, it's like it costs thousands of dollars and da da da. So it beats the price of $399. Like, that's nothing. So basically they saying I had to pay that amount of money to join, to start my little company. You feel me? Boom. But it's like, okay, y'all talking about I gotta pay that money, but y'all still keeping me around, bring me to events, y'all putting me on to this, like, you feel me? So it's just like, okay, whatever. So the lady, she's like, yeah, I think we should meet up, you know, and we should, like, you know, get you started, like, talk about, you know, where we're gonna start. So I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. So she gave me the address to her house. Something's wrong, like, something's wrong with me. But anyways, so she gave me the address to her house. She was like, yeah, we could meet up at this day, at this time, da-da-da, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to her house. I get there. Okay, like, the way she was glowing about this company, she made it seem, I would have thought she would have lived in a nice house, like a real, I'm not saying her house is bad, like, she didn't live in no peas or nothing, no rundown, you feel me? But I would have thought she would live a little nicer. But let me not talk, because maybe she just want to save her funds, you know, not everybody just want to blow their money, that's one. And two, New York is pretty expensive regardless, so hey, I don't know how much her rent costs, you know? So I'm gonna let her be. So I pulled up to her house or whatever, and we sit at her dining table, and so she have her little paper out, you know, pens and stuff, and she's like, hey, so yeah, so she give me a little, you know, little intro, talking to me, whatever, and she's like, yeah, so with this company, like, when she was like, so the way to be successful with this company, like, the more the better, like, so the more you can recruit people to, like, your website, you know, to sign up, the more you'll, like, get your, like, your money in, you feel me? So I was like, oh, okay. So she's like, yeah, so, like, pull out your phone, right? We're gonna look through your contacts. So I'm just like, okay. And and another thing I didn't like about I'm like, y'all, okay, y'all are messy. The company, like, y'all messy, because the thing I don't like, y'all recruiting, y'all letting people recruit friends and family. That's like, you cannot mix that with business, honestly, because things could happen, people gonna feel offended about whatever, and then you're gonna fall out with people. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. And then also, I want to mention this because I really don't remember when this happened. Because remember I said, though, when I used to be in the car with them, they would just talk about little weird stuff. So it was this one time I was in the car with them. I'm sorry, a little backtrack, just so you know. Okay, one time I was in the car with them, and they was talking about how they were beefing with the other side of the family. They like, yeah, remember Uncle so-and-so? Because remember I said, sous chef, she had her daughter and her husband in this company. Like, all three of them, they was all in it, you feel me? So they like, yeah, remember we don't talk to da-da-da, like, you're gonna have people, like, that don't, you know, da-da-da. So it's just like, that goes to show, like, this company is weird. Like, why can't we recruit, like, any everyday people? Because y'all know, like, because y'all know y'all weird, and y'all know this company is not legit. Because, okay, y'all basically know, because y'all know, like, if I was to go to, like, my friends and family, it'll be easier to get them in because they know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They come to that, okay, well, I've met April before. Like, I know April now. So, yeah, why would she, like, da-da-da? Why would she da-da-da? So, of course, y'all beefing with y'all other side of the family because y'all probably y'all probably pulled them into this shit. Sorry for my language. Pulled them into this, and they probably thought stuff was legit. They pull up, they realize stuff not legit, and now they're upset. I would be upset too. And they probably put their money into that too. So yeah, like, they probably did. That's why they probably that upset. Me, nah. I was like, let me just see what y'all talking about. I'm not putting no money down until I feel like this joint is legit. I don't play about my money on. People know I don't play about my money on. Okay? Alright. So, yeah, I just wanted to, that was a little sidetrack. So, back to the meeting, right? So, I'm at her house, whatever. She's telling me to pull out my contacts. So, we going through my contacts, mind you, I have people's numbers in there, but I haven't talked to like a lot of people in my contacts for so long. I just have their number in there. I don't know why. You know, y'all know how we get. Sometimes we don't clear out our contacts. I don't know what's that about, but yeah. So she's like, all right, so this is what you're gonna do. I want you to write a list of all the people you can reach out to, and you know, and all the people like. So she told me to just write a list, right? So okay, bet. All right. So I looked at my contacts. I wrote all the people I felt comfortable I could reach out to and like recruit and So I'm not like, it was a little short list. It wasn't that. You feel me? So I wrote that. So she looks at it and she looking at me like, that's it. And I was like, yeah, my circle is small. Like, I don't know about you, but small circle. So yeah, so she's like, that's it. She looking at my phone. You have this amount of contacts and you can only come up with this amount. And I'm just like, yeah, like, yeah. So she's like, no, like, you could use all your so she's basically trying to convince me, like, listen, you could reach out to you have all these people, like, you could literally write all these people, like, like, the more the merrier. Like, she's really trying to, like, push this agenda, like. So I'm just like, okay. But I'm like, bro, but I haven't spoken to these people. She's like, what about this person? Like, I'm like, no, I haven't spoken to these people in mad long. What I look like? What I look like reaching out to the people I haven't spoken to in mad long? We not cool no more, like, or they just don't know me at this point, you know, because you grow. And I'm just like, yeah, so this company is great. Ooh, haha. And I don't even completely know what this company is, like, myself. So I'm not, like, it's just, no, I'm not doing it. So she's really trying. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'm just going with the flow, honestly. Like, I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. She's like, yeah, so she's like, okay, so this is our app. Like, you would download the app, and then it's how you'll set up. She's like, so I'm gonna show you my website. So this is mine, and She's showing me whatever, and she's like, yeah, so this is how we do. Do you think I would be like? I still didn't know what the fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I was so confused. I'm just like, what are you telling me? Like, I'm like, but how does this make sense? Like, that's the whole time I'm like, okay, it don't make sense though. Like, you're telling me this, that, and the third, but it's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1 = 45. Like, it's not adding up. So I'm just like, okay, you're just going on with the flow. So that was the end of our meeting. We finished up, we wrapped up. She's like, all right, so I'm gonna just drop you home, and we just eventually we're gonna get started, whatever. So I'm just like, okay, cool. She was like, yeah, so you spent the $300 or almost $400, you know, we could get started and blah blah blah. I'm just like, yeah, okay, like, I'll let you know. And so then boom. So we get to the car or whatever. So we get to the car, and it was a little like, I don't even know. Listen, I'm bad when it comes to cars. I'm not gonna lie. I just know a few, like, based off like the popularity and all that. So I think this was like a BMW, some type of little sports car. I don't know. It was like, you know, maybe a BMW, a Benzie. I don't know. It was one of those. I don't know. I think it was. I wasn't. But it was a little nice car, right? So she's like, yeah. So she's like, yeah, this is actually my daughter's car. And she's like, yeah, like, my daughter is like 18. She have her own car, like, cause keep in mind she's in the business too. So she's like, yeah, you know, this could be like, she's really trying to sell this like to me. She's just like, yeah, like, this could be you, like, you can get your own car, like, like, she just giving me just. But I'm not eating it up though. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, okay, cool. So she's like, yeah. She's like, but we're gonna drive it today because my car is like in the shop. So she's like, yeah, so my car's in the shop, but like, yeah, this is my daughter's car, you know, so we're using it right now, blah blah blah. So I'm like, period. Okay, daughter, she got her own vroom, period. Like, so we get in the car, she drive me home, and that was that. Hey y'all, it's editing April. Alright, so I forgot to add this into the story time. So basically, after this situation, when I met up with the lady, we scheduled a date for me to have my own presentation at my own house. So we we came up with a day, a time, and then we just got like my audience together. Like I told my friends and family, whoever was able to come and whatever, and that's where I had my own presentation. But I also want to mention, because I forgot to mention it, so during the meeting she was mentioning like, oh, you're gonna have your own presentation, blah blah blah, right? And then she was like, all right, so this is how we gonna do it. So she gave me the rundown on like how we gonna do the presentation. It was literally the same format that was used like at my friend's house and at the optical. Like, so she was basically saying, yeah, this is what you're gonna say. So she gave me like a little format. She like, yeah, so she like give us like a little software, like, what's been something hard that you've been through this year, and then you go into detail about the company and how like it really like changed your life around and blah blah blah. Basically the same thing, right? And then when I'm done, that's when the guy comes in. And then he does the presentation, and then we go from there. So yeah, I forgot to mention that part. So that happened. Oh, like I said, I'm still in contact with this lady. We're talking, I also want to mention, while I'm like when I used to talk to this lady and text or whatever, she would always keep asking me like how's work, kept bringing up my pay and all that. She was like, yeah, so how's your job, like are you okay, da, 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 like, and she brought up like my pay. I forgot how she brought it up, but like she brought up my pay at one point. I know that for a fact. She was like something about like, yeah, you get paid like da, da, da. And I'm just like, okay girl, I know how much I get paid. I see it on my paycheck. I see it on my pay stubs. I know I get paid. Like, you don't have to keep reminding me. Like, it's not gonna make me sign up for this company any quicker. Like, y'all moving mad weird. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's one thing about it. Like, don't try to pressure me into stuff because I'm gonna push back. Like, no, let me rock out, bro. I'm trying to figure out what y'all got going on. Y'all not helping me. Y'all giving the same BS information, and I'm just not understanding. That's y'all fault. And y'all just moving weird. Like, sure. So yeah, she would do little stuff like that, while we still in contact, whatever, texting, whatever the case may be. So then she was just all right. So she reached out to me one day. She was all right. So they're having this big event, this really important guy that's part of the company. Like, he's one of like the higher ups. He's the big kahuna. Like, he top dog. Like, you feel me? So I guess he's real successful in the company, whatever. So she's like, yeah, he's hosting an event, like, da da da. She was like, I'll get your ticket, and like, I guess it was a little ticketed event, or I don't know. She was like, yeah, like, I'll get your ticket, like, no problem. Like, we'll go, like, I'll come pick you up, and this, that, and third, like. So she's raving about this thing. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah, you gotta dress up nice, da da da. Like, it was like some big thing, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. So I was like, let me go, because I'm like, okay, so this is like a big event. They might have more information, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be something different. It's probably not gonna be the same as like the other two little presentations I went to. This is gonna be different, right? Yeah. So I had to wake up like early in the morning when this happened. So I had to wake up mad early because we had to drive a bit of a distance to get there. I really don't know where we went. I know, like, that's so bad of me. Like, I could have been kidnapped. I wouldn't even be able to tell the cops where I'm at.
I'm in danger.
I'm like, I'm somewhere, like, I don't know. Yeah, please don't be like April. Like, this is learning experience, okay? So they came to pick me up, had my little nice business dress on. Yeah, we just went on our way. So I'm in the car with them, And we drove, so we're driving, we getting up there. And, you know, they raving about it. And then the lady, she's like, oh my God, like, I have such a huge, like, crush on the guy. Like, he's so amazing. Like, And, you know, the husband, he not really, you know how, okay, this is a controversial topic. Like, you know, some guys, they have their little girlfriends that have, like, little celebrity crushes. Some people don't care, other people do. So this was one of the situations where he didn't care, I guess. I don't know. So she just like, oh my God, like, I love this man. Like, like, he's amazing. She's just raving about him, like, all that in the car. She's raving about, she's like, he's such a good presenter and and all that. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Okay, this is about to be something lit. Like, boom. We pulled up to this hotel, right? This, you know, big hotel, you know, it was real nice, fancy, all that. So we get in there, you know, all these people around there have like their little business suits, business dresses, and all that. They just very like well put together. So then, you know, everybody's walking around, they're introducing each other to themselves. They're like, yeah, oh my God, this is my buddy John. Oh my God, this is my friend Suzanne. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my God. So everybody just makes something. I'm just sitting here like a dweebo, like, cause I don't know these people. Boom. So then we ended up going inside this room, where everything was set up. It was like chairs and stuff, you know, lined up in rows. A big old TV screen in the front. It was a bunch of people just sitting around, you know, looking all real nice and businessy and all that. So I'm like, okay, I think this might be the final day where I could just understand where this company is coming from. So I could just be on the team. Like, dang, y'all not giving me no information. Like, what I look like. Eventually, the presentation starts, right? So it was this guy, he comes up. This is the speaker. He's like this famous speaker. He's very successful in the business and all that, blah, 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 right? So he comes up and guess what he did? Y'all not gonna guess. Y'all not gonna guess. Guess what he did? The same BS presentation tactic that we've used this whole time. I kid you not. Come up, said his little sob story. He said how the company changed his life, all that, how he discovered it. Same thing. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm looking around. I'm like, you cannot, okay. After he was done, he was like, yeah, so I got a video I gotta show y'all, boom, boom. At this point, I know it's the same video. Cause yeah, y'all know before y'all click a video, y'all see what it looks like, but it's the same video. It's the same video. Same video. He's like, yeah, I got this video I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna watch it. It's not that long. So then, boom, clicks the video. Lo and behold, same video that I've been seeing throughout the whole time I've been dealing with these people. And I'm just like, y'all cannot tell me we in this big ass, expensive ass hotel, all these people around us looking like wealth, about to call the paparazzi on myself. You feel me? Like, that went over y'all heads. Come on now. And y'all got all these people in here with suits, dresses, all that. Just, you feel me? And it's the same BS. I'm like, yeah, that's, in that moment, I knew, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more. Obviously, they BSing right now. This is bullshit. This is not legit. Y'all playing, bro. Like, y'all playing with my bop. Like, it's not giving. It's not giving. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, let me just thug out this little day, go home and block these people and never talk to them a day in my life, because y'all tweaking right now. Y'all tweaking. I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I'm sitting there. they doing the whole presentation. Along the way, they had guest people come up. They had this young boy come up just to be, I guess, an inspiration for the young, crowd. He's like, yeah, and then he's talking about he hit the next level of like in the business. Like, oh, he's like, so y'all know when y'all at the Olympics, they be like, oh, bronze, silver, gold, like it was like on that type of time. It was like, yeah, so he was at bronze and now he hit silver, and yay, and they gave him a little certificate to like congratulate him and all this and this, that, and third. It was just like a little, yeah, they had that. That was the only difference between the other presentations. Like they just had add-ons, right? So then towards the end of the presentation, he was like, all right, so we're having our little annual big event this year around. It's in California. It's gonna be, we're gonna have all the people from everywhere that's in this company, all the successful people. We're gonna all be there. So he's showing like the photos. It's gonna be like in some big arena, like it's gonna be like some big thing. And he even showed like video clips of it and all that, like people at the event, and they're talking about it. I still don't know what the f going on. You would think I would understand what's going on. I really don't. They're really talking in circles. I'm not gonna lie. So I was just like, okay. But I was like, okay, that's cool. Nice. I'm not going because I'm not, after this is finito. And this how I knew this was a scam. This how I knew, because watch. So boom, he was like, oh, so we're gonna have, he was like, all right, so we're gonna have what do you call it? A raffle. Yes, he's like, we're gonna have a raffle for the event. He's like, all right, so whoever wins the raffle, I'm gonna pay for their flight, I'm gonna pay for their ticket, and then y'all gonna be able to go for free, da da da. It was just a little fun thing, right? So he's like, all I need y'all to do is just go on this website, put in your information, basically log in type, make a little account and da da da, and then he's gonna pick the winner, and then that's how it's gonna go, right? So everybody's pulling out their phone. They're like, oh my god, raving about it, like California. And so then I'm like, so the lady, sous chef, right? Because I'm sitting next to sous chef and then her family, and then yeah. So sous chef, she's sitting next to me and she's nudging me. She's like, yeah, hurry up, pull up your phone. Like, da, da, da. She's real excited. She's like rushing me. She's like, yeah, hurry up. Like, okay, this is the da, da, da. She's like, yeah, so put your information, da, da, da. So she's putting in her information in the mid. And I'm just like, oh, okay, like, I really wasn't gonna do it regardless, but then she just was like, she peeped I wasn't on my phone and that, so she just like, did like nudging me, all that. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, like, let me see what they talking about. So like, I was like, it's not gonna hurt for me to sign up, like, whatever. If he pays for it, free trip to Cali, what is you talking about? Like, I don't, hey, but I'm just signing up, right? Wrong. So I put my information, boom, boom, boom. I get to the end. Why is talking about checkout? I'm not paying for this. So you want me to put my card information and pay for my ticket regardless? Just so I could sign up for a raffle that I might not even win. So if I don't win, I'm just stuck here with this payment of like a trip that I don't want to go to, or I probably just, like, what was the point? So that's how I knew, like, okay, yeah, y'all playing. So when I noticed that at the end, ignored it. I just swiped off, and I just act like, I was like, yeah, like, I signed up, whatever. So like, y'all, I was like, y'all tweaking, bro. Like, what I was like, I didn't even pay my deposit yet. Like, I'm not even like a full-on member, for real. If y'all want to talk about it, the only thing I did was like my presentation, and that was that. I didn't even pay for, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, oh no, they're trying to get my money on, and I don't want to give them my money on. It's not giving. It's not, no. So I was just like, So I'm just sitting there, just like, I'm ready to go. And so eventually everything was done. They wrapping everything up. Everybody stand up. They just around the hotel area. Everybody saying their goodbyes. catching up their old fellow colleagues or whatever. Yeah, and all that. Yeah, everything's done, you know, everybody's saying goodbyes. We all go back into the car, right? So we're in the car and we have a long drive back to Brooklyn, you feel me? Why throughout that whole drive they were doing that same like conversation tactic that I mentioned from before? Like they're like, yeah, remember Bob, like, yeah, he wanted to join, he was so da-da-da, but he just like backed out, like he's missing out, man, like, oh, this company da-da-da. Like they was doing a big one with this. I feel like they was really like trying to, yeah, like this time, and I really was starting to peep it, because at this point I was done. I was like, yeah, y'all doing too much. It's the run around. This company is not legit. It's not giving. Like, no, y'all finna make me beef with everybody in my contacts. 1, 2, y'all taking my money on, and it's not guaranteed I'm getting my money on back, and I'm gonna be highly upset. You're gonna be having to worry about more than your other side of family. You're gonna have to worry about me. Cause if I put $400 into this company and I'm not getting nothing back, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on timing. Like, no, I could just stick to my little retail job, my little $16 an hour in peace. You feel me? But yeah, it was giving. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. It's just crabs in a barrel. That's what this company is giving. Like, I'm not, y'all making money on off of like little BS. Like, no one's truly making money on it if you really want to think about it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, I'm just in the car, like, just uncomfortable. I'm ready to go. I was like, I'm really about to block all of y'all. I'm finito. And yeah, so we finally get back to Brooklyn after 5 million years. And I went, I'm like, oh, it was nice, you know, event, you know, great, da-da-da. Bullshit, bro, just bullshit. And I'm like, boom. Went to my house, I went inside, I was like, that's done. Like, after that situation, I just stopped reaching out to them. I was done. I was like, I'm not interested, I'm good. I didn't block them immediately, I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking about them. It was just literally Sous Chef. She's the only one who had my number, honestly. So Sous Chef was the only person who had my number. I just didn't reach out to her. I just kind of ghosted. I just was like, I'm good. I'm not really interested. You feel me? I'm trying to leave it alone. Shawty was still blowing on my phone, like, asking me about my job. Ask me about my job one time. Ask me about my job one time. Please. Ask me about, like, stop. You're being funny. And I could be hilarious, like, please, like, that's, you're starting to pee me off. You're starting to pee me off, like, for real. So, yeah, she's over here trying to, like, oh, like, I don't know what type of tactics, I don't know what she's trying, but she here, oh yeah, so how's it going, like, trying to check up on me, trying to throw my little job under, you know, in there. Like, you might as well have said, bitch, you're broke and you need to join this company. Like, that's what you wanted to say. For real. Like, you want to be like, your little $16 an hour. I'm making big bank. Big bank take little bank. Like, that's what you wanted to say. But are you truly making big bank? Are you truly? Oh, okay. Like, so yeah. I just blocked her. Like, literally after that, I was like, yeah, she's getting, you're done. I try to leave you alone. You wanted to bother me. You're blocked. So that was the last time I heard from them. And that was the last time that was it. I was done. I was out the game. I was like, get me out the game, because I don't want no parts no more. I don't want no parts. So yeah, that's how I realized, like, shit was a scam. I was probably about to join a pyramid scheme, and that was that. If y'all want to know what happened with, like, me and my friend after, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I just contacted her. I don't know if it was, like, in the midst of it or after, like, I just realized everything. But I just called her one day, because we don't really talk, like, everyday type. Like, I was just going through my little situation. After everything was done and I peeped stuff, I called her and I'm like, bro. I was like, bro, let me ask you something. I'm like, that company, bro, are you still like in the company? Like, what's going on? Like, what you doing? She's like, nah, bro, she's like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, yeah, I peep, like, they being weird, like, she's like, yeah. She was like, I don't know what was that about, so we just chopping it up about it, and that was that. She was like, yeah, honestly, bro, I'm sorry I even put you in that. I didn't know no better. She was like, oh, my friend put me onto it, so, like, I thought it was legit, and this, that, third. I'm like, bro, you good. That was, I understand, like, that was their tactic. That's why they wanted you to reach out to people in your contacts, because they knew it was going to be easier to lure people in, because, like, you know the person. You're more likely to trust the person you know, compared to, like, a complete stranger you pulling up, like, yo, yeah, so I got this website, you know, You're not gonna get no money in from that, because the stranger's gonna look at you like, are you dumb? So, yeah. That was that. We realized that was BS, and that was a waste of our time, and it was about to be a waste of our money and all that. So yeah. So that's the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. And you know, if y'all ever come across a situation similar to mine's, it's probably a pyramid scheme. So please run for the hills. Run up out of Dodge, all that. Like, don't look back, because yeah, I really don't want my girlies out here to be scammed. You feel me? So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell next to it so you can be notified every time I post a video. Period. Yeah. All right, so that's it. Bye.